I'm sorry I haven't been replying to comments lately. This video is about more than just that, but that is possibly the title and also the incentive for why I'm doing this video. I'm sorry I haven't been replying to comments lately. Not no comments, I still reply to comments, just it's been crazy. It's been very crazy, and to be very clear, just before we dive into this, oh, by the way, sorry, let me start again. Hey, I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co., and welcome to this video, where I'm sorry I haven't been replying to comments lately. This video might come across at some points in some ways like complaining, but in case it does, I want to be very clear, it's not. It's not even like, I just want to, like, I'm not complaining the slightest, I hope it doesn't come across that way at any point, but in case it does, just be very, very, very clear, it's not. It's just me having a conversation with a bunch of friends about the fact that things have been busy recently, and I've been overwhelmed, in a good way, in ways that I'm very incredibly grateful for, and very happy about, and just totally fine, but ultimately this video is being put out because I'm sorry I haven't been replying to comments lately, or at least less than I used to. When I first started the channel, for a long time, for like, I want to say for like 5 or 6 months, I was able to reply to every single comment on the channel, every single one. Like, not a small amount either. It started off as a small amount, but then as things grew, you know, I still made it a focus and a point to reply to every single comment. There was no such thing as a comment that didn't get replied to, past people who I blocked for, you know, bad faith or whatnot, which also, by the way, was very, very infrequent when the channel was smaller. The nature of size and growth and all that stuff is incredibly infrequent for me to... I don't think I blocked anyone for a very, very long time when the channel first started. And I replied to every single comment. And I appreciated that, and I liked that, and I've built relationships from that. Genuine relationships, like, actually, like, it's one of those things that's weird to think about, but there are people who my relationship with them started as I'm doing a video, and you're commenting my video, and now they're people who I talk to, am friends with, talk about life, problems, the whatever, like, it's weird sometimes to think about the relationships you grow and build from this. And I don't mean, like, fellow content creators, I mean viewers, people in the community, people who play games and they just hear. And those relationships have continued to build, but things have shifted to a degree over time. Now, as the channel grew, I replied to comments a lot, but still, I did fall behind the nature of things. It's got to a point. I think the first point, this actually goes back to Jesse and Quackalope, I think the first point where I finally gave up in replying to all comments is once upon a time I did a video with Jesse, where it was an interview video, and he separately ran a giveaway where in order to be eligible for the giveaway, you had to go quack on my video. I got like 5,000 quacks on a video. I think that's the point where I finally officially gave up on I will not be able to reply to every comment. They're quacks for a giveaway. And I kept on quack backing. And I had like 5 copy paste replies. I had like, you know, quack back at ya, thanks. I had like 4 or 5 replies, and I was just going through them and just alternating replies, trying to get to every single one and being on top of that as much as possible. And then I gave up. A few days in, I remember I was in the middle of watching, was it The Kingsman? No, it was Guy Ritchie movie. It's a Guy Ritchie movie, Gentleman. I was watching The Gentleman, replying to comments while watching this one, just doing copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and I gave up. By the way, Gentleman's a fantastic movie. I'm really looking forward to the next Guy Ritchie movie, just as a complete random aside. Anyway, so that's kind of what happened there. Also separately, and this video might have separate tangents. This video, by the way, this is literally just me wanting to talk to you, because I'm not replying to all your comments, and so let's have a conversation instead. This is not, just to be very clear, if you're here for like the board game reviews, if you're here for a top 10 list, a topical conversation about why you should or shouldn't do this in board games, it's none of that. This is just me just having a conversation with a bunch of friends. Later today there'll be an unboxing if you want to check that out. I think later today, depends on when this video goes up, but it's just me hanging out with you. So I hope you enjoy. Think of it as a coffee break. I should have had coffee. I should have had coffee. I'm going to pause and reset. No, I'm not going to pause and reset. I had coffee this morning. My next coffee is not till 4 o'clock, which is 5 hours from now. So we're just going to continue the video. Separately, when we started Quack & Co., and Jesse and I started Quack & Co., separate side channel, he and I, again, I took the stance of I tried to sit there and I replied to every single comment. And again, for a long time I kept up. And then eventually got to a point where I couldn't anymore. And that was with the double aspect of trying to reply to comments on my main channel and trying to like have every comment in Quack & Co. replied to. And again, couldn't keep up. And I no longer do Quack & Co. with Jesse. That's something that we kind of both stopped doing it for like 2 months as things got too busy. And then I just said like it was a harder thing for me to commit to. It started off as being a great outlet for short-term content, but the thumbnails and the thumbnails were the biggest thing where it's like I can't do a thumbnail every single day. Thumbnails take more time than you think, and they're just like I also more than the fact that they take more time, I don't find it creatively satisfying. I like sitting down in front of a camera talking about a game. I like reviewing a game, thinking about what I want to say and how I want to say it, and I like that aspect, and I think that adds a value to the space. I think a thumbnail doesn't really add value. It's just designed to get someone to click on it, and it's a necessary thing. And so I don't find thumbnails rewarding. I just do them because you have to have thumbnails. And thumbnails were really like the clincher for me not being able to keep up with Quack and Co. I was like, the videos I can do, I enjoy. To me sitting down in front of a camera like I'm doing right now, that is something I enjoy. I enjoy sitting down in front of the camera and just talking about whatever. Usually the things that I love. Today, just randomness. I enjoy that. I find it a de-stressor. It's like work. Let's do a video to relax. Ideally with coffee, but you can't always have coffee. And so the thumbnails were really the thing that pushed me over the edge with Quack & Co. To this day, I have like 5 videos that I just haven't thumbnailed for Quack & Co. that never went up, and I have to figure out what I'll do with them. Maybe I'll throw them on Patreon, I don't know. Patreon's a good idea. Maybe I'll throw them on Patreon. It's just 5 separate 10-minute or less videos. Anyways, and now separately, now I have the same problem over on Camp Co-op. Camp Co-op that I do with Meg, where we play campaign games, where right now, at least for right now, we're keeping that to 1 dedicated video a week, past our live stream content, and it's easier to keep up with those thumbnails. It's much easier there because it's 1 a week. I can deal with 1 a week. It was just the daily aspect. And also, like, the content as well. Like, the content is hours long. So, like, one thumbnail a week for, like, a 2-hour-long video is kind of more ratio mentally satisfying than doing, multiple thumbnails for a 7-minute video. These are just weird behind-the-scenes conversations. The relevance of Camp Co-op and Quack & Co. is Camp Co-op. I'm currently trying to reply to all comments. And, again, I was doing great until I made the mistake of sending people over to Camp Co-op to comment on a video for a giveaway. This is a giveaway. It's actually still running, by the way, because it goes until we hit 2,000 subscribers. At that point, I'll be hitting that. So if you want to be eligible for a giveaway, there's actually 2 giveaways. There's a giveaway, well, 7 giveaways, depending how you want to count it. I'm giving away Lacerda games one at a time over on this channel. Every 500 subscribers, starting from 47.5 up to 5,000, 50,000. So 47.5, 48, 48.5. I'm doing that over here. This video will probably be going up probably after we hit 47.5, but there's still like 5 more to go, so comment away on this. I'll link to the other video. I didn't plan this. I'll link to the other videos. You can find all the information. Point is on Quack & Co. and over here, there's a giveaway running. Not Quack & Co. Camp Co-op, and over here, there's a giveaway running. But over on Camp Co-op, I made the mistake of sending people there to comment. And then I was doing great on keeping up with all the comments there until that happened, and now things fell apart. And I'm still trying to reply to all the comments because there's only like 500 comments in that giveaway, and I'm like, I can do it. I want to stay on top of it all. I want to. I just want to. And over on Board Game Co., I still reply, here, this channel you're watching now, I still reply to comments daily. I pop up my phone every single day, multiple times a day, and just go through a bunch of comments and engage with them. But the past, I want to say 2 months, I feel like I've fallen further behind in the sense that I would say up until around 2 months ago, here's the line of where I feel I'm falling behind and the reason for this video. Up until 2 months ago, even though I didn't reply to every single comment, I think I've seen every single comment that has ever gone in a Board Game Co. video. I pull up my phone, I scroll to wherever I was last time, and I just go through them all. Not replies. Replies to comments are harder to keep up with. Those I have to track via email. I don't keep up with those. Honestly, replies to comments, unless I get a notification for it from YouTube, and they're very weird as far as when and how they notify you. But unless I get a notification for it, they don't really show up. They just... I don't know why I'm grabbing this, but I'm grabbing this because I want a sword in the video. I like swords in videos. They have a sword up there. I don't know why I grabbed this. We're going to talk about the sword later. I'll just leave it on the table for now. It's a fake sword. It's a foam sword, but it's a cool sword. But anyways, where was I? I don't know why I grabbed the sword. Complete lack of a train of thought now. We're just all over the place. So yeah, replies to comments not so much, but I saw every single comment. I read every single comment. And then, around 2 months ago, I got far enough behind on things that I couldn't even say that I've read every comment. Not only was I not replying, but I wasn't even reading them all. I was like, there would be 2 days would go by and I wouldn't open up my comments because I just didn't have the time. And I'm grateful that I don't have the time. It's just that life is hectic. Life is crazy. I'm juggling a lot of things. I'm juggling a lot of things. And again, this is where it might sound like complaining. It's not. I love my life. I love the things I signed up for. I'm going to give you an analogy I gave one of my friends when I was talking about things. But basically, right now, I just have a lot of travel going on. A lot of travel going on, in addition to everything else going on that has just really, really added to... And it's all just been timing-wise, just hasn't worked out. But like upcoming right now, when you're watching this video at the moment, I'm currently on a trip to a publisher right now. Back-to-back trips. I'm going from one publisher to the next for 2 different things, just back-to-back. Then I'm going to be doing Dice Tower West very shortly. By the way, come see me at Dice Tower West. I'll be doing a panel. We can talk. We can play games. Come to Dice Tower West. It's too late to actually buy badges, but they will be doing badge sales at the door. So if you don't already have a badge, you can possibly buy someone else's badge. But past that, they'll be doing badge sales at the door as well. They guarantee you'll be admitted, so come on down. Past that, I'll be at PAX East. Again, if you're at PAX East and you see me, by all means, say hi. We'll talk. I don't know if we'll play a game as much. It's not focused as much on playing games, but if I have time, I'm always happy to. No commitments. No, like Dice Tower West, I will be playing games the whole time. PAX East, a little less so. Then after that, I have Gamma in April. And then May, for an entire month, I have nothing happening. And then in June, I probably am going to UKGE. I don't currently know. And then I'm following that up with UKGE followed by Words. UKGE followed by Origins. And then in July, okay, this is a little too early. In July, this is too early for an official announcement video, but we'll have an announcement video soon. But in July, I'll be hosting a convention. I'm partnering up with I'm not going to say the name yet because I think everything's locked up, but I'm partnering up with an organization. We're hosting a convention. We're going to be a bunch of special guests, a bunch of attendees, a bunch of everythings. It's going to be in the tri-state area. You may have seen a poll on the whole thing. We'll be talking about it. There'll be an announcement video soon. There's also going to be early bird pricing, so stay tuned for that. But effectively, it's going to be an all-in-one, hey, hotel, stay, badge, everything in the tri-state area. I hope to see you there. Should be a lot of fun. I'm currently in the process of putting together the board game library. Add that to the list of things that I played and why I'm so overwhelmed and busy. And I'm grateful for all of it. I really am. And then after July, we have Gen Con in August. And then in September, we have WSBG. And then in October, for an entire month, I have nothing. And granted, there's Essen, but I'm not going to Essen because instead in October, I have the Jewish holidays. October is the craziest month for Jewish holidays. In case you didn't know, it gets insane. So that's going to happen there. And then November is nothing, and December is PAX Unplugged. Basically, there's conventions all the time. That doesn't include any travel to friends, to other content creators, to just traveling to see my family in Toronto, which I still do multiple times a year. And that's all with, the streaming schedule I have with Camp Co-op, where we stream 3 times a week, plus doing playthroughs over there. The Board Game Code channel over here, where I do way too many videos every single week, plus a live stream every single week. The over on, my Game Found job, where I am Game Found is a fascinating job. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of meetings and a lot of emails, and I really enjoy the connections I make through that. It's even just today, just today I had 2 great meetings that were a lot of fun. It's spending an hour plus talking with various creators in a space that I like. But it's still time. It's still commitments, and that's assuming I don't go to Poland anytime soon. The Poland trip really took it out of me. When I went to Poland to GameFound, towards the end of last year, that took it out of me as far as it was a lot. There's a lot going on. Oh, and then this convention thing. The convention thing as well. So now I'm currently planning a convention in addition to everything else. So I guess my point is, once again, that I'm sorry I'm not replying to comments. I'm sorry I haven't been replying to comments as much as I used to. And I'm sorry that even as much as I used to has become here and there as opposed to every single one. I like engaging. I like the community. I like the people and the relationships I've built. To this day, my favorite photo from Origins is a photo of myself, Chris George, Shira from Quackalope, Professor Meg, and then a father and son who just saw us and wanted a photo with all of us. And I love that photo because it's people I'm friends with and just fans of the show all together. It's my favorite photo from Origins. And I've said that before in videos, and I'm going to continue to say it because I almost want to get it framed. It's such a good photo. I tremendously value the fact that I'm in a space that I love, doing things that I love. I could not be more grateful. Going back to the analogy I said about being busy. I was talking to one of my friends, AP, you've seen him on the show. AP, he's been on the Terraforming Mars gameplay. He'll show up in gameplays here and there. He just likes games. So if I tell him, hey, you can play a game, but you might have to be in a gameplay, he'll be like, yes, I'm here. I want to play games. I don't care what the cost is. I want to play games. And he was asking me, because I was telling him my schedule, 2-3 weeks ago. And he's like, are you having fun? Because you sound stressed and overwhelmed. And I was like, I am overwhelmed. I am not stressed. I'm definitely overwhelmed. There's no question at all. But I'm not stressed. Because the analogy I gave him, and understand the baseline I told you, he loves games. He doesn't care what the requirement is. He wants to play games. I said, imagine if I told you, and this is a good analysis for yourself as well, possibly, to understand what my schedule is, what my life is like. Again, not complaining, incredibly grateful. I said, imagine if I told you that today, it was 12 o'clock at the time. I said, from 12 to 2, you're playing a game. From 2 to 4, you're going to be playing another game. From 4 to 6, you're playing another game. And from 6 to 8, you're playing another game. And from 8 to 10, you're playing another game. And then from 10 to 12, you're playing another game. And that is your schedule today. That's my life. And he's like, oh, that's a good analogy. Because from his stance, that would be something to be envious of. He'd love that. He would love that. But love that with the knowledge and the concept that it's doing the thing you love, but with a sense of pressure and intensity built around it. But it would still be something he would sign up for in a heartbeat, because it's better than not playing the games. That's something that he would totally subscribe to, and something that I totally subscribe to. My life is crazy. My life is chaos. My life is travel and board games and videos and playing games and covering games, hopping onto meetings with creators, both from the board game side, board game co-side, from the content creator side, going to convention after convention and traveling every single freaking month. It is a lot. And sometimes I don't have room to breathe. And sometimes I feel like I've taken on too much. But I love everything I do. It's all so ridiculously satisfying in their own unique, different ways. And so I'm sorry I haven't been replying to comments. I've been busy. I feel bad about it. I should do it at the airport this week. I'll be, again, by me at the airport. I'm gonna be at 5. I think I'm on 5 different flights this weekend. Again, this video I think is going up on Sunday, the the 25th, 6th, something like that. I don't know what date it is. I think that's when this video is planned on going up. It may not, but I think I'm on 5 different flights this week. That's enough airport time that I should definitely pull out my phone and reply to some more comments. And the reason I do it is because, again, the connection. Because I know about the relationships I've built, both within the content creator community and within the gamer community, yourselves, people who are playing games. And I'm appreciative for that. By the way, the sword, just before I forget to get to it, this is part of my perm costume, okay? So let's do a random tangent. Speaking of conventions and things and stuff, whatever. Random tangent that we're going to go into because I decided to pick up the sword for no reason, and then it was sitting next to me, and it's cool. This sword, by the way, is so freaking cool. I love it. This is a Witcher cosplay sword. I got this one not because it's The Witcher. The Witcher part's cool, but because the other cosplay swords looked a little bulkier, and this one looked freaking amazing. And I got this because for Perm, the holiday of Perm, the Jewish holiday Perm, which is coming up very shortly, basically think of it as Jewish Halloween. It's when we dress up, give gifts and food and all those things. But we're dressing up as medieval. And to that end, I was like, I can do the usual thing that I do. I can spend like $40 on some cheap knockoff costume that'll last me for a day, because who really cares? Who wants to invest in something that's for one day? Or I can say that I'm going to invest stuff into it, and I'll wear this stuff at conventions, and I'll justify it by being able to dress up at a convention, not the whole convention, but like every time I go to a convention where I can actually travel stuff, I'll bring stuff, and then I'll be like, hey, look at me, I'm dressing up for a convention for one day, because now I'm Alex, Board Game Co., GameFound, and Medieval Knight person. I'm going to do that, because it allowed me to justify buying the sword and some other cool stuff that I will dress up with. So, yeah, apparently I do cosplay now, too. Not in my game plan at all. Not in the slightest, but it's gonna... I wanted to buy this sword, I'm telling you, I'm sorry. If you see me walking around with this sword at a convention, because you probably will at some point, feel free to ask to hold it. I've seen a lot of these cosplay swords. None of them have ever made me feel as cool as this thing over here. I'm just saying. Even that Chip Theory sword back there, all that bias I had towards Chip Theory games where I'm like, I like all your stuff now that you've given me a sword, that's gone now, because this sword is cooler. I know that one's metal and can kill people, but this one's cooler. So it probably could kill people. This one's still cooler. So now that we've covered the sword situation, I can go ahead and put this back safely off to the side. And, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a geek sometimes. I just am. I like too many things. I have fun in the space. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call this a wrap, because at the end of the day, I do have plenty of things to get done today, because your timeline, this is Sunday, my timeline, I have 2 days to get the things I need done for like the next 5 days. And so that usually involves getting a lot of stuff done. It includes videos, it includes emails, it includes meetings, it includes board games, it includes reviews, it includes, that's a video, I guess, technically. It includes all those things. Also, I'm going to need an afternoon coffee, because I'm going to definitely need an afternoon coffee. Don't get me wrong, I always need an afternoon coffee. I'm just saying that because why not? I appreciate all of you. I appreciate those of you who have been here since the beginning. I loved, when I went to PAX East, PAX Unplugged, there were like 3 or 4 people who stopped me who were like, I've been watching you since like you were at 2,000 subs. And that's so cool to me. Like, that's a long time. That is a long time. It's astounding to me, the life I lead. Astounding. I remember, like, and I've said this before as well, but like I remember as a viewer for years, I used to watch Tom Vassell respond to people who would ask, "Are you having fun? Are you like, do you still like board games?" And every single time he'd be like, "Yes, I'm having fun. I'm leading the best possible life I can lead." And I'm like, I get that. Maybe one day the fun will wear out. I do have people who are always mindful, and I appreciate all of you who are mindful of, like, you're pushing yourself too hard, there's burnout, there's this, there's that. I'm mindful of all those things, and I get it. And again, I am overwhelmed, make no mistake. But I'm overwhelmed with good things. And I could pull back to a degree, but like, I don't want to. I want to do all the fun things. You keep offering me another board game, and I'm like, I can fit it in between 4 and 5 p.m. If we start exactly on time, we end exactly on time, I can do it. And I'm going to do it because I want to play that board game. Whether the board game is a board game or a meeting or a trip or anything, whatever it is, I want to fit it all in. I want to do it all because I love the things that I'm doing. And for that, to all of you, I am incredibly grateful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this random conversational video. It's not really about board games so much as just me just talking to a bunch of friends. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your regularly scheduled board game content. There'll be plenty of board game things throughout the week. And make sure to stay tuned for highlights of the trips I'm going on, because there will be highlights. I don't know if it's going to be a full blog or Instagram posts or things. There'll be stuff, though. There'll definitely be stuff because I want it to be stuff. In any case, and until next time, I'm Alex Ratcliffe from Board Game Co. Thank you genuinely for being here, and I hope you have a good one.